Hi guys, it's Sherry.
It's Terry.
It's Patty.
Hi, and Cindy.
And we are
Sisters Chatting
My mouth was wide open because I got a little confused for a second, as I am known to do. So we're on a little road trip, but we're going to be talking about a comment that one of my friends, Renee King, my cuz, made on Facebook about our show / The Walking Dead. She said, in a nutshell, she feels that first of all, she didn't like Lori because she felt like Lori pitted Shane and Rick against each other. So we're gonna have a discussion in the car on our girls trip about that. So anybody want to take the floor? What do you think? I think we're gonna start on my nuggets.
Oh, okay. I did feel like, Lori she was going back and forth. She was telling Rick, well, Shane wants me, he thinks I'm his. You better handle that. And then she went to Shane, oh, please don't leave, when he said he was leaving. It confused him. I think it made him a little confused, and it made him think that she wanted him. She's saying, I don't want you, and all her actions did show, I don't want you. But she said to him, don't leave. She felt guilty. So I don't know, maybe I might not use the word pitted, because she felt guilty about what she had done. She tried to keep their friendship going, but it wound up confusing Shane, and it really sent him over the edge. In the last episode, season 2, it really wound up sending him over the edge and making him think that she wanted him, to the point where he had to kill Rick.
But didn't a couple of us feel that she did pit them against each other, or she got in both of their ears? I don't necessarily think purposely, but by her actions, to me, she did start the ball rolling for Rick to begin to see that, okay, I gotta get rid of Shane.
Well, I think that she was feeling vulnerable. I think that she did pit them for her own purposes. She was afraid of being out there. I think that she was saying to him, she was saying to Shane, in her mind, she was probably saying to him, I think that you're a better leader, but she didn't want to say that verbally to him. Mm-hmm. And I think she was feeling obligated, even though I think she may have been in love with Shane, and she didn't want to tell Rick because she thought about her past with Rick. Rick and Shane, they were both great men, and I think that she was confused about who she really wanted to be with because she loved both of them.
Good point.
To piggyback on what my sister Patty said, I was going to say the same thing, and I had mentioned it a few days ago to Sharon, that I believe Lori was in love with Shane, because if you look back earlier on, she was just, I think, her co-teacher or / friend, I guess you could say it was, because it looked like, they were used to talking personal things with each other. She asked her, well, do you still love him? And Lori's response was, that's something I have to question. I have to ask myself every day. So, I mean, not to say that in relationships you don't question whether you love the person, because sometimes your feelings and your emotions will have you feeling different things. But at her core, I think that she did love him, but it became more of a partnership. They were teammates, and they were just co-parenting, kind of. They were like friends. But with Shane, she had a deep respect for him. She really didn't second guess what he said or question him. When he would make a decision, she just went with it. Okay, this is what you said. Okay, I'm gonna do it. He convinced her to not do a few things back at the camp before Rick returned, and she just went with it. She was upset. She showed that she was upset, but she didn't try to stand up to him or, talk to him or handle him the way she would with Rick. So, to comment on the question, I would say Lori kind of did put them against each other as partners and as friends, because I think she was a little stuck in the middle between the two of them. Maybe she didn't want them to physically get into it, but I think she kind of did make that tug of war happen for her love and for her attention. She did pit them against each other at times, because it would be times when Shane would clearly be wrong about something or have certain feelings about Rick. She could have stepped in and said, well, you know, he feels like this, and kind of like cleaned it up for him. But she was just like, either she stayed silent, or to me she went with it. So I would say, yeah, she did put them against each other.
Well,
Okay.
she said to Herschel when she was giving her the baby, she said, you know, I put them at odds with each other.
Mm-hmm.
So she actually said that. I don't know if I would say she went along with. She was argumentative with Shane in some instances too. And Shane would come to her and start complaining about things that Rick did. And he even said to her, this ain't the time to try to play the good wife. You know, so she was trying to make up with Rick by going along with the things that he said, even though maybe she didn't agree always with Rick either. She was trying to, like, he was like, you're just trying to be a good wife when you know what he's doing is stupid. That's basically what Shane was saying.
Yeah.
So I think, I don't know, that's what I'm saying now that I'm thinking about it, I don't know if pit is a fair term, because that says intention.
I
Like
think
this car is
sometimes-
I said it
intentionally,
might not have been intentional,
like this
but her
car is
actions
intentionally
did.
on my back right now, intentionally, like really on me right now. That's intentional. I agree with Sharon, I don't think it was necessarily intentional. I think that it was the result. It was the effect.
We can use
But
the
she
word
knew the
conflict.
outcome.
We could say that she unintentionally created friction and conflict amongst the group
By her
because
actions.
of her actions.
Right.
Okay.
But you know what you're doing when it's two men dealing with each other. You know,
But
as
her
a
character
woman.
didn't really come across like purposely, but it still was that she pitted them against each other nonetheless. But I have a question. Do we think, or do we sense that Lori felt a certain amount of loyalty to Shane even though Rick came back? Did she still, because remember he had protected them and they had a relationship. So was there a sense of loyalty?
It seemed like she dropped him.
Yeah.
It seemed like she just like was like, don't talk to me. Don't. She was mad at him for, she felt he lied. She felt like he knew Rick was alive and didn't tell her.
Yeah.
That's how she implied it. She implied that she was always throwing that in his face. Like,
It was her way of excusing herself for what she did. That's the way I.
Well,
look
I
at
mean,
it.
if she had waited 5 minutes, then she would have known he was alive, but she didn't wait.
That's the point.
She didn't wait. So she didn't wait 5 minutes, and she wound up giving it up quick.
Yeah, it was a way of her removing her guilt. So, or I don't know if it was guilt or not. You know, it was her way of dealing with him coming back.
Yeah, no, it was guilt. She look at her face when he came out of that car. She looked like, and then they looked at each other like, holy Toledo.
What do you do?
Yeah, they both looked at each other like, wow.
Oh boy.
They both had this reluctant look, almost like they wish he was dead, but I know they don't wish he was dead. But it was like, holy Toledo, look at him. He's standing
The
there.
world ends now.
Yeah, yeah. Well, we're home, guys, right?
They're wrapping this up.
We are home, and I'm embarrassed that Terry put the camera on me while I had something in my mouth. But we thank you guys so much for taking this time out to watch this quick little video. We know that it was all over the place, but it gave you hopefully something to think about. Remember to like us, share,
Comment.
comment,
And
subscribe.
subscribe.
But as Cindy always says,
Don't
don't come for us in those comments, y'all. Please, please don't. We love you.
Bye.
All right, take care.
Thanks for watching.
Bye.